not. Hey everybody, we are actually
Well, I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends now, I'm okay. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are, but
well, there's Louie and
definitely,
no telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're
you know
he's
got more than a million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the
trying to keep the camera from getting wet.
Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Yeah. I love that song. It ends, yeah. My boy Andy. Andy Simmons. I know you're probably not watching. This guy wrote me these songs from Perry, Florida. And since he started writing my songs, they've been hit with 3 hurricanes and a tornado. And snow. I met people that moved to Perry because historically that part of Florida never got storms. So they're like, that's where we're going. Mother Nature, tricky. Definitely Big Bend needs a break on the weather. Everybody needs a break on the weather. But they got a lot of weather. So what's cooking? Hey, oh, I forget the dang timer again. Son of that's all right. Strike number 1, Mike. One man band here. You might hear a little hunter snoring. So we're over there chatting on mwpchat.com. You can sign up and be a bigger part of our page and help support us and be part of that with Little Hunter. Hey, by the way, don't let me forget, Shelly, when we're done, I want to show everybody on the MWP chat my Pasco County, what I've been doing for Pasco County Sheriff's Department. They have had me do some fake weather reports on an imaginary hurricane, so they're doing a drill. The whole county's doing a drill, and guess who they're listening to? Mike's weather page. Hurricane called Zephyr. All right, so this Little Hunter, we're going to say hi for a few minutes, and then we're going to talk about weather. This is a crazy couple weeks for me, as it is every single year. So next week, we're going to the Gulf Coast Jam. Let me show you a little picture here I got up. That's where we'll be heading next week. So guess what? Mark and Rindy, I'm heading north. Jim Beam, big partner of mine, good friends, are having me in their VIP tent for the week for some meet and greets. So if you're heading to the Gulf Coast Jam, we'll be there. No dogs. But we're going there Monday for the week, and I can't wait. And then guess what we're doing after that? We're going on our cruise the following Monday. And Julie's been hard at work. Look at that. You know, we got 50 of these little guys are going to be around. Look at that. I use my poetic skills. You are lucky. You found our ducky. Weather's great. Cheers, shipmate. I came up with that all by myself. You're lucky you found our ducky. Weather's great. Cheers, shipmate. We got our little umbrellas. Brandy's over there watching. Dale, Katie, anybody going on our cruise, we give out these little bracelets. And anytime you see somebody wearing one of these little bracelets at one of their 23 bars, you stop and say, hey. 23 bars. Crazy. So a couple weeks and then we're back to normal. So we're going to be live next Monday. Not Friday, because me and Emily are heading to Wisconsin for a wedding. And I posted yesterday, it's going to be in the 30s Friday night. We're flying up Friday for a wedding. Good friend of mine, Corey and Colleen. Hello, y'all. Keisha from Jamaica, good morning. What's up, Mark Hall? Judy, you're going to say hi here in a minute, I promise. Karen, what's up? Good morning, James. How's it going? Where's Richard Reimer at? Audrey, good morning. Mike, 95 in Tampa. I know, man. Saturday is the day. Mike, that's the day the Euro was teasing with 100. But Saturday is definitely the hottest day. Chris, you're going to go see my buddy Dennis Phillips. Dennis Phillips is doing a beer release party at the Crooked Thumb Brewery on Saturday. I'm not going to be in town. Randy from Belize. How's it going down there, Randy? We're going to be talking weather with you all pretty soon, I promise. It's about that season. This is Hunter, by the way. Jay, what's up, Jay? Yeah, I don't know what happened to you, buddy. I emailed Shelly, but who knows? It was a glitch or something. Cheryl, good morning, Missouri. Oh, my goodness. Harold, what's happening in Idaho? What's going on? Hello, Robert Bowman. You're home, Northport. How about that? Audrey from Niceville. Pretty cool. But anyway, there's little Hunter. Hunter's doing good. He was playing this morning. You probably saw the video of him and Louie tugging on the rope. This is their routine. This is the boys' routine. We get up. I give Hunter 2 little squirts of medicine. Louie gets a treat. About 30 minutes later, they get water. They go outside. They play. Then they eat. Then they go outside. And then they sleep until tomorrow. And they do it all over again. Just like that. All right. Oh, it was cute, Julia. I appreciate that. Man, did you all watch Reed Timmer last night? My God. We're friends, you know. Yeah, that's a cool can, Chris. Yes. Crooked Thumb. I'm going to be talking about Jim Beam. They might be doing something special. I officially, hey, listen, you know I've been kind of a Jack guy for a couple years. Well, I've turned Jim guy now for a few years, and now I love it. And we're taking the Dr. Pepper recipe that some people told me. So that'll be our choice up there in the Panhandle, Panama City Beach, going up there. My buddy Mark Sheldon, by the way, he used to be the mayor up there. He was the one putting on the show with Rendy up there at Gulf Coast Jam. His daughter plays softball, and he is a dad addict like I am with softball. His daughter's in the finals in Orlando. I texted him last night. I knew he was setting up the big concert up there. I said, "How are you watching your game?" He flew into Orlando to watch his daughter. That's dedication. We did that last year during the Gulf Coast Jam. Emily had a big invitational in like Gainesville. I don't know. We drove 5 hours one way so she could play softball, and then we went back to Panama. How many of y'all do that kind of stuff? You're obsessed watching your kids' sports, right? Heather, you like the Jays, huh? Kenna, yeah, Reed's a man. He's pretty cool. He's a kind of a one-man band. He's got a good group with him. Robert, no word on our beer yet. Not too sure what's cooking there. Apparently we didn't sell that much Well, we did, but I don't really understand the logistics. But we're working on something for this year, for sure. So big thanks to ABC Fine Wine Spirits. Anyways, by the way, we love them to death. They're family to me. They're our first sponsor. They support what we do here at Mike's Twitter page. There's a lot of great supporters. Really appreciate everything. We have a lot of employees there that work at ABC that follow us. We really appreciate it. And I do want to do a big hello to some new supporters down in the Fort Myers area. We have a lot of followers and fans in Fort Myers and Florida, obviously. Fabertech, we've talked to a bunch, and they do a lot of special stuff with special needs too. And so it's a good partner. We're going to be doing some stuff with them with some charities work and good people. But if you're in that South Florida area, I shared it the other day, but they're a great company. You've probably seen their trucks driving around, 38 years experience. They can fix up your screen doors and screen patios, and I love my patios. And they also specialize pool furniture too. So, but thanks Fabertech for supporting us here at the Weather Page and all that you do. We're looking forward to working with you this season for some stuff. And ABC does a lot with the charities. UCP of Central Florida Cerebral Palsy, they do Unlocking Children's Potential, and I did a big charity poker tournament with them a couple weeks back, and it raised tons of money. So I love doing that. Obviously, now with Sarah, your eyes open up a little bit more when you have someone personally in special needs. And that's why I'm very tolerant of people. I hate that R word. But, people say it. But, I don't anymore because it hurts. But anyway, Amanda, I love my patio too. Who else has neon lights in their back porch? Did y'all see Sarah catching her fish yesterday? I have a little secret. I caught the fish, but she didn't know that. And I went and got her. And I let her reel it in. So she didn't know there was a fish on the line. That's what good dads do, though, right? Then we had those two little baby gators. They're so cute. They are cute. Their little tails were sticking out of the water. They're still orange and black when they're babies. But they're big. They're about that big. They're definitely not babies. Michael Klein, yes. Oh my God, the tornadoes the last couple weeks have been unbelievable. I think one was an EF4, right? It's just May is the month. Hey Cindy, what's up? Good morning. New name. We got any new brew crewers over there. Haven't seen everybody over there in a while. Where's Eric at? Eric's not there. Where you at, Eric? The Rays came back and won. Eric, are you watching? Bobby, good morning. Danny McClinton. Big Dog RC. I do kind of remember that. Yeah, the Rays were awesome. I watched it all, man. My boy Taylor Walls hit the RBI at the end. That guy, oh my God, I love that guy. He struggles. He works so hard. Diaz started out the year like 0-50, and he's got a 250-some average now. Chris, Gator in the pool, I'm looking every morning. You see these videos on the news. Bay News 9 shows them a lot. And I'm always worried about the morning, so I always peek in the back porch. And I got that one little nose hair right here that's just tickling the heck out of my nose. Morning, Steve, Gulf Shores. You said you watched the Reed Timmer video last night, too. Man, my nose. I got to pull this one little hair out. Woo! Fort Myers hot, Joel. Yes. Taylor, it's that time of year. Yes. Hello. Welcome back. Orioles are a mess, Carrie. Hey, what's up, Carrie? Yeah, they put a hurting on the Rays a couple years ago. Morning, Bonnie. Jacksonville's hot. You got storms coming up there, Bonnie. We're going to talk about it. I've had Gator, Jamie Minks. Our local Jack Willie's has a very good blackened Gator. It's chewy. Jesse writes, yeah, I get no excuse. I know. One more pick, sorry. Just Mike's Twitter page, Gmail. Just say you talked to me on the live, and it's important because we get so many emails. Not to be making excuses or anything, but I do miss them. I don't even read the emails. I have somebody that does that. Sometimes they get lost in spam. So, yeah, Katie, right? I got. Anyway, what's up, Justin Stevens? Good morning. Who's new in the chat? You know, I was watching these Storm Chasers. I watch Max Velocity. I watch Ryan Hall. They watch Radar. They do a great job. It's not me. You know, I tried that with Hurricane Laura. We tried to watch the Radar on approach, and it just wasn't my style. My style is talking about weather way ahead of time, talking about the impacts, getting people prepared with the idea of what's coming, and then about 24 hours before, everybody should be in prep mode and either probably evacuated by then. That's when I turn into storm chase mode. Not everybody likes it. That's fine. That's cool. But you know what? It ain't going to change me. I can see myself doing this, you know, as long as I can. Weather and storm chasing. Now that I have a really good PepLink, Starlink router system, I got my brand new Panasonic Tough Book. By the way, I should have showed y'all. Alex, if you're listening, thank you. It is phenomenal. The Tough Book, oh my goodness. It is bad to the bone. It is, oh my, I cannot wait to get it all installed. Perfect timing too, because my laptop in the truck the other day, the screen was like this. The double-sided tape was not sticking anymore, and the screen literally fell off. And somehow it worked again when I put it back on the laptop. But I told him, I'm like, this is perfect timing because it's not long that this thing ain't going to be on one day for me. And I can't afford to have my laptop go down in the middle of a storm, you know. So. Jesse Rice, yeah, the stream was incredible. Crazy, crazy. A lot of y'all were watching. Hey, that's cool, man. Good. Reed's a good dude, man. He, yep, notification of first wave of the season, Bob. We were talking about that days ago. Here, I'm going to do something. I'm going to turn my camera off. And I'm plucking my nose hair. I hope I got it. Ow, that hurt. Okay. There's no more painful feeling than pulling a nose hair. Hobby World, there you go. Yeah, remember Charlie Brown? Bob Thompson? I remember Ernie Bucci. I knew all them guys. Robert Hightail, was he the sheriff in the helicopter? So, funny story, Reed. Let me tell you something really quick. I'm in the story mood. The weather's not really anything significant right now. I'm going to go into weather, I promise. Bobby, good morning. So here's my story one time. So during Hurricane Dorian, late at night at Chili's, oh my God, you know me. It was like 20 hours straight of weather, and I went to Chili's, had a couple. Came home, there was footage of Bahamas. Didn't think nothing of it. Copied it, reshared it. At the time, I didn't reshare things because I didn't really understand anything. I just copied it and reshared it. Anyway, it was Brandon Clements, weather chasing. Oh my God, I went to sleep, woke up about noon, 1 o'clock, and my phone was going crazy with notifications. I was being thrown under the bus. I didn't realize it was copyrighted. I didn't know it was Brandon's. He went on there and bashed me. Reed Timber said, let's eat this guy. Let's take him to lunch. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a good guy. And I was like getting a hold of Brandon, and I deleted it. And next thing you know, we're all great friends now. So it ended up to be a happy ending. But yeah, now I mean, so Reed and I's first time we met, we were chasing Hurricane Nicole. I lost my truck. I blew it up in Ian. He blew his rental car up, his truck up in Ian. We both had rentals in Nicole. Never forget this story. We were on the side of the Volusia County watching the big waves come in from Nicole before the sunrise. And next thing you know, people in my chat were like, hey, Reed's behind you. And then I guess people in his chat was like, hey, Mike's in front of you. Next thing you know, he's banging on my window. And we had a selfie. So there is a teeny weeny little cold front coming there. FPV. Yep. I'll show you that. So here's current water vapor loop. There you go. We got our first big old wave out here. Yes, Bob Parrish, you're right. We got a big wave. We talked about it exiting Africa, and I got a lot of people worried about it. I'm like, no, man, waves are normal. There's usually 6, 7, 8, 9 waves sometimes at a time. Waves are just little clumps of thunderstorms. Sometimes they turn into more, but most of the time they don't. But anyway, there's your wave. Really juicy out there. Look at it. Big old thing out here. There's our cold front. So this is what we're looking at right here. Here's your cold front right there. There's your cold front. Big storms maybe for Carolinas later today. Here's that wave making its way across. The ITCZ line, the Intertropics Convergence Zone, is running a little southbound as it normally does early in the season. Most of these waves are low riders, below 10 degrees, and end up going into South America. Usually they cross over all this juice here and just keep on plugging. A lot of winds this time of year, just pushing these waves across Central America, and that's why the Pacific usually gets going before the Atlantic. We have a lot of instability up here, which is very normal this time of year. So most of these waves make their way, and there I just did my best John Madden impression. Let me close the windows. Gulf Coast Jam. It's me and Sarah. We're going to be there next week. Hope to see you. Come by and see me at the Jim Beam tent. My buddy Mark and Rendy. We got Blake Shelton, Megan Maroney. We got Tyler Childers on Saturday. Red Clay Strays. Friday we got Laney Wilson and let's see, Thursday Sam Hunt, Jordan Davis. So there's a lot of good bands there. All right. Let's close the windows. I got some open. Here's storm reports for yesterday. Everything pushed off more towards the east. That was these tornadoes Reed was chasing. I had a friend in Alabama, Don Rice, messaged me. North Alabama, Huntsville, Muscle Shoals up there. You know, you ever heard Skinner's song from Leonard Skinner? Muscle Shoals has got the swampland. Well, Muscle Shoals is northern Alabama, and I drove through Muscle Shoals before, south of Tennessee. So all you southern rockers, they had tornadoes up that way yesterday. 14 reports, 262 wind reports yesterday. Here's yesterday's high temps. I posted this. Anybody been to Yeehaw Junction? Look at this. Here it is. This is where Yeehaw Junction is. Let me show you. It's there. Right there. Oh, it went down. But anyway, there's Yeehaw. Oh, there it is from yesterday. So the hottest place in Florida yesterday was near Yeehaw Junction, 101 degrees. Yeehaw Junction is a cool little town. 60 goes through it. And River Ranch. Love bug capital of the world going on this little stretch, but that's where we get on the turnpike. There used to be a hotel there that a truck crashed into. And anyway, Yeehaw Junction. So it was 100 degrees. But anyway, I posted this yesterday with a lot of 90s. We had a lot of upper 90s, 98, 99, 98, 99, 97 in Tallahassee. So we got more of that today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, what else I got open here? Oh, that's a weird page. I don't know what that one is. That was not planned. Oh my goodness, that's because everything's big. There we go. Storms today. Jim. Oh, there you go, Harold. Devil. Heather, you're south of Yeehaw. It was hot. Alexis, how you doing? Are you still in Barbados? Somebody wants to know, the systems I rely on still reliable? Yes. Yes, Alexis. We're going to talk about that tropical wave heading that direction. Just going to be a rainmaker, but it might get you down there in the Caribbean with some heavy rains in a couple days. Hey, Megan. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I was thinking about flying my drone down there today, actually. I did a picture of our pier yesterday, but that one section there in the intracoastal waterway is still really bad around, where the hell is it? Well, it's Madeira, but the hell is it now? Jeez, I can't remember the name of the... I had to pull up my map here. Let me see here. Let's see, where is it? I wanted to go. Oh, I'm getting there. Little Bird Key. What town? Well. Oh, I can't remember now where the hell it was. Oh, Bay Pines. Bay Pines! Is where I might go because there's still a lot of damage in Bay Pines. Yep, that's right, Chris. All right, so here's the latest Storm Prediction Center map, just showing everybody. Hey, guess what? North Florida, Georgia, guess what? We got storms coming later today. I posted the animated radar for later today. There's that damn nose hair again. Coming across, and we have some severe weather possibly. Carolina's had a tornado warning this morning. We had some through Georgia last night. This is that storm line that Reed was tracking. It's a frontal line, but we actually got a little bit of enhanced level 2 slight risk here in Carolina. We're going to talk about it. Could be some tornado watches posted later for you all in the Carolinas. So pay attention there in North Carolina, eastern parts. And then, of course, Florida. Florida's going to be sneaky. And somebody said it best. Florida, with this heat, this is where we see some really surprise, sneaky, out of the nowhere thunderstorms, okay? Now, we do have a lot of dry air aloft. Once you count how many times I scratch my nose today. Hey, my GoFundMe page, by the way. Golly, man, I got to go blow my nose or something. So we posted the GoFundMe page yesterday for my buddy Chris, okay? And I donated $250 from Mike's web page. We're trying to get him up to at least $1,000. So thank you all for that yesterday. For that, by the way, I wanted to mention that. We're going to be making a trip down there when I get back, giving him the check from Mike's web page supporters. But anyway, sneaky storms today. But what I was talking about with these heat is this high, dry air. These thunderstorms don't last very long, but they grow real quick, and then bam! So we're going to have some sneaky storms across the southeast today. Tornado outlook doesn't look like anything other than the Carolinas, which I'm going to talk about. So we don't have anything anywhere else there. But there's what we got. This is tornado outlook for today. So usually brown sometimes means we'll have a tornado watch. That's a tiny little area of storms there, but definitely, Outer Banks, if you're watching. Tweezers are a good idea. All right. I got to go blow my nose. Woo! Somebody's talking about me. Okay, I think I'm all better now. Fingers crossed. So anyway, if you got anybody in the Carolinas doing anything today, there's going to be some sneaky storms popping across to watch. Okay, usually brown usually means we'll have a tornado watch. Remember now, me and my dad went through this the other day. My dad, 87, he's confused about a watch and a warning. We went on and on and on and on. That the St. Louis tornado, we were watching it. I was at his house. We had the Weather Channel on. He kept saying, well, those people ahead should be under a watch then. I'm like, no, they already are under a watch. He says, well, they should be under a watch because that tornado's coming for them. I'm like, no, that's a warning. He goes, no, it's already a warning, so they should be a watch. And we went around and around and around. Why is the whole world confused about a watch and a warning? A watch means there could be a tornado. A warning means there is a tornado. So anytime you get a W in the weather advisory, just be on alert. Watch your warning, okay? It doesn't matter. Money my way because I have an itchy nose. Hey, I like money. South Florida, T. Martinez is coming. Morning, Bobby, if I didn't say it. I think I did. All right, so there's your storms today. But guess what's tomorrow? So sea breezes are incredible. I've been learning a lot about the sea breezes in Florida. We have them here, but I didn't realize they were so powerful on the East Coast, too. So sea breezes tomorrow are going to be pushing in off the Atlantic. And wherever these sea breezes line up, when they start to go this way, storms usually brew at that line or to the east. So these sea breezes are going to be pushing in. Storms are going to be firing up right where the sea breeze is or to the east. And there's a pretty good, decent chance Cape Canaveral South tomorrow and Friday. Look at that. So kind of summer-like pattern because that frontal line is going to be helping. The winds are going to be coming up, approaching that stalled out frontal line. Frontal line is really not going to do a lot for temperatures. We should be talking about that. I didn't really pull up any temperature maps. It's hot, hot, hot. Let's look at temperatures here in a little bit. Promise. Here's the outlook for the next day 3 to day 7. Pretty much just showing you things are staying because of our strong blocking high pressure down here. Pretty much preventing much going on. We have hazardous heat across Texas, 24th, 26th. Where is my Texas peeps, by the way? Where's Judy at and Candy and Jason, where y'all at over there on the mwpchat.com? Are you guys here? All our Texas folks. Hey, Eric, what's up, buddy? Did you see the Rays, man? I watched the Rays. It's pretty exciting. Tiffany, what's up? Good morning. So anyway, there's your hazardous heat. A couple days next, and then a lot of rain. So that's weather in a nutshell. Let's look at daily rains, just kind of giving you a hint of what's to come. There's that frontal line today, all the way to Texas, all the way across the upper Gulf, across Florida. These are the storms, Tallahassee, Panama, maybe a little bit. Very sporadic, but they're going to be there. There's our rains in Carolinas northward today. Tomorrow, you can see the rains kind of lingering down there in South Florida. Maybe even some here, maybe here tomorrow, Thursday. That frontal line pushes down. We might get a little sneaky rains, middle Florida south. They're not going to be everybody, but they could pop up here or there. Friday, little bit of rain chances down south. There's everybody else, pretty much dry. Middle part of the U.S. again, as they always get. Sunday, there's your big old blob of rain. Sunday, a couple little isolated showers. So not a lot of rain across the south and east this weekend, honestly. Very little. So if you got weekend plans, this is Saturday, looking good. Saturday, here's Sunday, about the same. There's the next line coming in. And then next Monday, Tuesday, another little frontal line might juice things up here next week. A little bit of sign that as we get into end of May, which is like so on point. End of May, early part of June, typically the rainy season gets going here. So we'll see for sure. Right. Here's the tropical wave. Alexis, you're asking about it. This is our wave that came off of Africa about a week earlier than normal, but it's heading westbound, and that's what it looks like. Hey, these, I'm telling you, that's a healthy looking wave. No worries, it's not going to become anything likely, but healthy wave, and these are things we watch. This time of year, you can look at things like your windy maps here, which I do all the time, the intertropics convergence zone, showing you where it's at. This is the line. You can see a little bit of spin, I'm sure. You get the southerly winds, not quite perfect yet for this alignment of storms. Usually these come up more straight up and these come straight down, and you get a little bit more chance for spin. That's not happening. These are kind of converging, so it's pushing that wave along. Very little spin with it. This line is very ill-defined right now, the monsoonal trough intertropics convergence zone. But we'll see these winds slow down a little bit, and once these winds slow down, then we get more chances of a pattern like that. These little lows take off and become their own little entities, and they naturally pull northward. But that's what we got right now. Nothing. For that, all right, here's that wave. It's going to be showing up on the surface chart. You can see it right here. It's probably hard to read, but I always look at surface charts. In 2 days, it's going to be down here, staying low. Big high pressure over the Atlantic, Bermuda high, strong, pushing things farther west, farther south. So this little wave will end up crashing up into South America, maybe crossing across into the Pacific. That's what they do. Nothing's tropical, so let's talk about the tropics real quick. Then I want to get into some temperatures because I am going to Wisconsin. So, hey, fair warning. We'll be talking a lot about Gulf Coast Jam next week. Well, first, we'll be talking about Wisconsin weather Friday, Saturday, because that's where me and Emily are going to a wedding in Wisconsin. Next week will be the concert in Panama City, so you're going to see probably some posts that are not weather from Panama. Then the following week is our big 4th annual Mike's Road Page cruise. We'll be announcing details on the 5th annual Mike's Road Page cruise soon. Brew Crew will get it first next week. So anyway, I don't want to hear anybody complaining that I'm posted non-weather. But we will keep tracking tropics. Don't worry about that. We'll be live from Panama City. I got my Starlink no worries if anything happens to pop. But anyway, tropical activity not expected next 7 days. This is the latest National Hurricane Center graphic. We do have stuff popping on the Pacific, up to 30%. Been talking about this too much, actually. Doesn't look like it's going to affect anybody. Probably will become Alvin. There you go. A couple maps that I shared recently. This one's on my site. It's a great tool. I figured out how to isolate the tropics part of it. So tropics global hazards outlook for the next 2 weeks ahead. There you go. Possibly 2 systems developing. One of these is going to become the wave that we're watching now. Probably our first wave now. This is probably the models are picked. Well, we're going to look at that actually. But anyway, that nothing in the Atlantic, only Pacific. I posted this one this morning. These are located here, Mike's Weather page. I have them somewhere on the page. Where are they? Right there. These models are there. Right there. Boom. Those models. What they tell you is current upper level wind shear. And you can see historically the mean, if you took statistics in college like I did, statistics is an averaging of very many years. Upper level wind shear in the Caribbean starts to drop May, June, July, August, September, October. It really drops in August, September, October. That's when hurricane season becomes usually the most productive. Less wind shear. Takes a lot more than hot water. Can't have dust, can't have dry air, you can't have wind shear, you can't have a sinking MJO. You know, there's a lot of things. But wind shear historically reduces. I just did an Elmer Fudd moment. I must have got that hair, by the way, because I haven't itched yet. In the Gulf, the same thing. Gulf wind shear now, and I know I just say the Gulf. I can't believe nobody's said anything on my pages yet. This is a NOAA map. I don't make it up. It's the Gulf. Wind shear in the Gulf has been above normal. That's because we've had a really strong Bermuda high, basically a lot of high pressure. If you notice, I talked to folks in the Keys. It's very windy. You know, it's the Gulf shears a little more than normal because we've had a lot of wind shear coming up around these highs, pushing all that energy up into the Midwest, Upper Gulf, Mississippi region with those tornadoes. So the Gulf shear has been a little higher than normal, and the Caribbean shear has been a little normal, a little below normal than normal because of lack of subtropical jet. El Nino is not there. We have a neutral La Nina pattern. So there's that. All right. Enough of that. Now look at other things. We look at the 10, 15-day long-range EPS ensemble plots. Nothing's really showing other than the Pacific. A couple of these models did have it go a little close to the Mexican coastline. We'll take a look at that. Acapulco area. But nothing in the Atlantic side. So let's take a look at these models real quick. Okay, so let's just zoom it on out of here. Go to the Western Atlantic. Take a look at our wave. I'm kind of curious. Let's look at the lower. So these are tropicaltidbits.com. You can look at vorticity. We can look at Euro. I'm going to see what that wave's showing up at on your 00Z here. And let's look at the wide tropics map. North Atlantic. You can see this little wave here, and it's kind of making its way across. And nah, it's a different wave. The second energy source. Well, 27th. No. Yeah. All right, everybody do it with me. You know what? That wave that we're looking at now does look like the one that's going to maybe be Alvin. That could be Alvin. God, I should do a post about that. Alvin, is that you? Because then everybody's going to think I'm hyping, but Alvin is Pacific. So technically, well, you know where we're at now. The wave's somewhere right here. This is 21st. I mean, it's really hard to zoom in on vorticity. Guess we can look at lower pressures maybe. Kind of showing up. I mean, you could definitely argue that that's the wave. I am going to call it Alvin. Eastern Pacific, though. Let's show you this. So here's next Thursday, the 29th. Euro showing, nothing going to hit the coast. Just kind of fizzles away. Cold water is out there. Has a temporary little window of opportunity. The GFS was going all in. Still is, 976. But it had it curving up. Now it's fizzling out in the, what was that, Baja, California, I think they call it. But it's kind of fizzling out. But hey, look at that, There is an island right there. What island is that? So the Euro's saying nothing very strong. The GFS has been showing something strong. It'll be a good test of the GFS. The Canadian model in the middle. Well, it's spitting out 2 of them. What's up with that? BOGO. Let's check out the Euro AI. Weak. All right, so this is a good test. This is a really good test. Very good test. Why does it matter? Well, we're tracking model performance early season. They're all picking up on it. But we're looking at intensity on the GFS. And the Icon's always good at sniffing things out. Always really good at sniffing things out. I still think the Icon is the Canadian GM is really good at sniffing things out. But I don't know why it's spitting out 2 though. Well, let's look at yesterday's 12Z. Probably didn't do it. No, it didn't do it. So did it do it actually? It did do it. But anyway, so all of them are predicting an Alvin. GFS is the only one going crazy on intensity right now. Let's take a look at some other models since we're talking. All right, real quick before I lose this screen. I was just looking at down the road stuff. Oh God, now my other side's itching. What the hell's going on with that? All right, so we got a little low level thing coming down on the 1st of June. Oh my God, that's Saturday night. Ugh. Well, it'll change. Here's the 12Z. Yeah, I don't know. There's a little line. 3rd. Yeah. We don't go out that far. Never go out that far. The weather can't go out that far. But there's really nothing really showing. There's a little line coming down maybe over the weekend. Maybe. I don't know if the Storm Prediction Center is even talking about anything. Nothing really showing. So that's good. All right. So none of them really showing much potential storm-wise. So we might be in a little break. Hey, James. Got 2 James. What's up, Richard? Oh, Robert's looking at Africa. Man, you're way ahead, Robert. Yeah, well, let's take a look. Golly, man, I'm telling you, what's going on with my nose? You ever get something in your head and you can't get it out? Now it's like, so Robert, there you go. You talking about that? There's another little line coming across. Another little line. Notice they're coming below 10 degrees. Usually these things come out about 10 to 15 degrees is perfect for these to ride across and become something. These are running a little bit low. Burrow was a very interesting storm last year. Hey, we're already at 10 o'clock. I can stop talking. Hurricane Beryl. Some days I can't even figure out what to talk about. Other days I don't know when to shut up. Oh, that's not the track I wanted. Hurricane Beryl track. I wanted it to go all the way to Africa and see what it looks like. Because it came off. We were tracking it last year as it came off of Africa. It was a it had spin all the way out there. I mean, it was just a wave. I don't know. But historic. We were watching it. Let's do my Twitter page. It's fun to go back and look at what we were talking about. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, let's look at temperatures real quick because I'm curious about that because I'm going to be up in Wisconsin. So let's take a look at temperatures for everybody. A little bit of cold front coming down. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to look at that. So there's a cold front coming down. And let's just look at the whole U.S. Let me look at let's look at the blended comparison of temps. All right, so here is your high temperatures Anything in the whites, middle 90s and upwards. So here's tomorrow. This is your coolest day, 89 in Tampa. This is that front coming down, a little bit of cloud cover. Friday, things kind of start heating back up again. Saturday was tricky because they were showing 100 in Tampa. Now officially we're looking at 95 in Tampa. Saturday in Florida is going to be one of the hottest days of the year so far for majority of people. Texas has got hundreds all the way up to Oklahoma now. And then we just got this heat lingers, man. We got Sunday 97 in Gainesville. And maybe a little front midweek coming down. It looks like maybe. But nah, the heat just sticks around. So here's your high temperatures for next May 29th, Memorial Day. Or Memorial Day is Monday. I was thinking Memorial Day weekend, but sometimes it seems like it's later in the month. But anyway, look at that. High temperatures next Thursday, man. We got 70s and 80s all the way up to the border. 80s in Montana. So hot, hot, hot. Oh, but I want to look at low temperatures. So here is the low temperatures. Watch the cold front. Here's Thursday, Friday, 30s and 40s. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Kind of hangs around. That thing's going to stick around a long time. So for us, Friday night and Saturday, we're going to be in the 30s up in Wisconsin where we're heading. 30s and 40s, man. I am not bringing the flip-flops. Bringing my hey dudes and my dress pants. Alexa's barrel was terrible for the islands. Crazy.
Thanks for telling me.
Oh my God! I just talked to Alexis, and my Alexa went off. What do you do if your name's Alexa at home, and every time you mention your name, Alexa goes off? I am not bringing.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, my wife's name's Alexa, and every time I call her name, you talk.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Can I change your name? Alexa, can I change your name?
Use the Alexa app to change the wake word. Select the device's icon. Select Echo and Alexa, and then select your device. You might have to select the settings icon to reach the device settings page.
Hey, Indy 500. All right, Alexa, stop. Okay, stop. Alexa, come on.
By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No.
That's all I have on there.
Oh, Jeff, yep, Skywarn. That's pretty cool. Good for you, man. Indy's 500, Carlos. Good question. Let's take a look. I don't. Well, I don't think we got any. I don't think we got any systems coming. Let's take a look, because we got the World 600 too. I think it's Coke 600 now, right? Went to that a few times back in the day up at Charlotte. I remember one time watching Bobby Allison and Cale Yarborough going into corner number one. I can't remember which one it was. One of them engine expired. Boof. And I remember that memory. Big Richard Petty fan back in the day. All right, so let's look at Thursday. There's that front line leaving. Here's that front line Thursday. We might get a little rain through Florida tomorrow. A little tricky. A little bit. Let's look at that here in a second. I'm going to look at that for everybody. Here's Thursday, front line pushing through Florida Peninsula. We got leftovers up, heavy rain up there in the northeast. Then on Friday, it's going bye-bye. A little bit of lingering rain, sea breeze rains Friday. There's our front stalled out across Florida. Saturday, Indy's looking okay. But let's see what Sunday looks like. Ooh. Could be a little something on the south side. 600 looks good. Interesting. So Indianapolis could see this little surge of this frontal line just off to the south. Gonna be a little iffy. Temperatures in the 60s, nice and cool. 97 in Tampa. Oof. Man, Tampa's never had 100 degrees officially ever. It's gonna be so close. End of May is always the hottest this time of year for Florida because we don't get a lot of rain showers to cool things down. 97 officially here for 2 days. Ugh. Might get 100. I won't be here to see it. 99. Tampa's been 99 a couple times. So Indy's going to be tricky. Let's zoom in on the, I like this map here. I think the heavy stuff's going to end up right to the south. Come on, clicker. There we go. All right. So, let's see. Saturday, 21%. Okay. Sunday, 30%. Monday's a little more. It looks about right. 30% chance of rain Sunday. So you're going to want to see this front line go a little bit to the south. A lot of clouds Sunday. 77% clouds. 89% max cloud. So it's going to be a cloudy day Sunday in Indianapolis. That could change the track conditions, make it faster, a little more grip. So yeah, I just have to keep an eye on that. Let's zoom in on the, I never zoom in on that region. Let's zoom in here on the latest Euro. Well, I think it's going to go just to the south. Good thing it's not southern Indiana. There's Sunday morning. Yeah, you're going to be all right. Indy's going to be fine. It's going to be just to the south, I have a feeling. Monday's different, but that's okay. Sunday, it's going to be good. How about that? So, whispered Alexa. Alexa, I love you.
That's so nice of you to say.
She loves me. Alexa, can you give me a summary of Mike's weather page?
Right now in Ultimo, it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies.
She doesn't know what the hell I just said. All right, enough. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. All right, that's it. We've been 10 o'clock past overtime. So there you go. Biggest storm chances today for the south and east is going to be Eastern Carolina. A little bit there across the middle part of the U.S. again. But significant enough to talk about. You'll see if they get a tornado watch later today across Carolinas. It's pretty much the only spot for severe storms go today. All right. Tomorrow doesn't look too bad. Just sea breeze the next couple days down to South Florida. Little bit of front of line. Let's look at some future radar across the southeast. Show you this skinny little line of rain coming down tomorrow. So here's what we got brewing later today. Bonnie and Jacksonville folks, here you go tonight. So there's your sneaky little storms tonight across the Florida-Georgia line. Whatever happened to that band? Why did they split up? Anybody know why they split up? See you, James. Hope you're good. See you, buddy. Sorry you're going to miss us for a while. GF, I hope they get the help they need. I'm pretty sure they will. I'm hoping. I know Ryan Hall does a lot of good stuff. But there's your sneaky storms later today, Wednesday. All right, there you go. These are going to be interesting because of the daytime heating. Could be sneaky strong today. God, if they were just a little bit closer, I'd probably go out there, but I don't really want to go that far north. But hey, they're pretty interesting. And then there's your storms tomorrow. South Florida, see them tomorrow, Thursday. And then same pattern for Friday. So, boom. See that? Boom, boom. Most of Carolina storms are going to be more this morning, I think. I don't know. We might have, maybe they're worried about later tonight, a little bit of popping here later overnight. So very isolated in the Carolinas showing up, but definitely want to keep an eye on that. You know, if the second little round pops in this evening, yeah, it would be later tonight. So we got 2 rounds. We got now, and then maybe a little bit leftover energy this evening for the Carolinas. So, all right. I've talked enough. I could talk longer, but I got work to do. So, anyway, hey, nice meeting you at Park yesterday. Hey, what's up, John B? It was nice to meet you and your. I assume it was your son, right? You guys were out there walking around. I was flying my drone. Good to meet you. For sure, buddy. John B. You know why I'm laughing? Because of Outer Banks. If Sarah was here and I said John B, she'd be freaking out right now. Ah. This is an interesting little map, by the way. Let me show you. This is crazy. This is, believe it or not, it's an upper level cyclone. See it spinning? That's what they do. They call them a cyclone. It's a cyclone over land. It's a cyclone. Spinning over the Great Lakes right now. That's future radar. South Texas is going to get some storms later today. Nobody's talking about that, but look at that. This is going to be late tonight. Some South Texas rains. Interesting. Why are they not even in the mix here? Were they on the SPC map? Oh, yeah, a little bit. They just added them. So South Texas might get a little popping too. I didn't mean to not talk about you, Texas. Sorry. Oh, anyway. All right, well, listen, have a great day. Remember, we're not going to be live Friday. I still will be talking weather every day of the week. You can count on that. I'll be going post. Just live, not Friday, because I'm flying to Wisconsin. And then next Memorial Day will be live. Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend. And then we'll be off for a good bit as we do a 2-week tour. And then it's pretty much Monday through Friday until Halloween. Sorry, Shelly. Anyway, all right. So, hey, that's it. I mentioned a few of our supporters. Don't forget Furman. Hey, listen, we're up at the Gulf Coast Jam. They have a military appreciation tent. Furman donated another year of a military appreciation generator they're going to give away. Thank you, Furman. People ask me all the time about the link for 30% off. It's still going on right there, 30% off. Click on that link. It's automatically applied. Free shipping. MWP30. They have a huge sale going on. You might still be able to use the code. I'm not sure. But great company, great friends of mine. 30% off just for you guys and gals. So there you go. Stock up for the season. All right. Well, listen, we'll see you all on Monday, okay? And have a great weekend. Holiday weekend. A lot of people are off. So be safe.